Hey horror fans, once again it is me, the Horror Mizumani G. It's time to review another horror movie. It's time to review the supernatural horror film Separation. Oh boy. Now Separation is a 2021 American supernatural horror film. It was directed by William Brett Bell. It was written by Nick Amadeus and Josh Brown. Now the film stars Rupert Friend, Mamie Gummer, Madeline Brewer, and Brian Cox. Now, in this supernatural horror film, a girl who constantly finds herself alone finds solace when her dead mother starts to haunt her and her father. Oh no, here we go. Now, when it comes to supernatural horror films, one of the more interesting stories comes when a ghost or an entity tries to connect with a child. Whether it's the ghost that becomes a mother figure to the child, such as the supernatural horror film Mama, or that special friend, such as the entity Larry in Come Play. So basically what those two movies are is that you have a ghost, like in the Ghost in Mama, she befriends the two girls. And that's basically what that show is about. And of course, then you have the entity known as Larry, which befriends the autistic child in Come Play. Those are two good examples of supernatural horror pictures where the ghost or the entity decides to attach itself to those children. Horror movies such as these try to play on the child's innocence, where they gain the entity's trust to protect them, which results in the entity attacking anything that could cause a threat to the child, or their relationship to the child, as we see what Mama does, or we see what Larry does when someone tries to attack the people who they're trying to connect with. Now, this brings us to film director William Brett Bell's entry to this subgenre called Separation. Now, in this story, poor little Jenny Vaughn is having a tough time as her parents, Jeff and Maggie Vaughn, are going through a very tough and rough divorce. Her father, Jeff, a former comic book writer who hasn't had a job in 3 years and seemed oblivious about it, and her mother Maggie, who works for her rich father to make ends meet. We can see the struggling back and forth between Jeff and Maggie. Jeff seems to be this guy who seems to be stuck in getting his comic book series. It seems like he had some success, but then his success died out. They stopped working, so his wife Maggie had to go work for her rich father. Now, both are fighting for custody for Jenny, and after a very tough deposition that happens, Maggie is hit by a car and she dies. Oh no, poor Maggie. Now, while both Jeff and Jenny are mourning their loss, strange things start to happening in the house. Is Maggie back? Is the spirit trying to protect Jenny, and is it haunting Jeff? What's his purpose? Is he trying to fulfill Maggie's wishes because she says that Maggie's an own and she'll do anything to make sure that happens? That's basically what the rest of the film deals with. Now, I have to give William and the filmmakers credit because this is a very interesting premise, even though we've seen this set up before, but it's a little bit different. Because I like the fact in this story, they use Jeff comic book creations, the Grizzly Kin, which is a bunch of puppets that he created, and he created puppets for Jenny as a source for Maggie's spirit. One of the puppets that they have is this huge puppet. Now, it looks kind of creepy looking, but it's sort of a representation for Maggie, and it seems that that's what these puppets are there for. They're there to protect Jenny. Now, while this is a good idea for a story, it's unfortunate that the filmmakers don't take advantage of it. Now, the first problem I have with this film, and there's really no type of danger in this particular film. There's no tension, there's no suspense. That's something that is needed for a film like this. I mean, one of the good things that I liked about Come Play and Mama or any other of these supernatural horror films is that you create the type of tension and suspense. You have to present some type of danger, even to the kid. Because first, the kid will act all innocent and playful because they think that they don't sense any type of danger. But once the entity starts to do something that they don't like, then they realize that, uh-oh, I made a mistake. Something's wrong. That's when the danger comes into place. But unfortunately, this film doesn't do that. Yes, some of the puppets are creepy looking, and we do get a creepy look clown that does a great impression of the spider walk from The Exorcist, but that's really about it. I mean, really nothing happens in this film. I'm expecting to see something good happen because I saw the trailer about a couple weeks ago. I said, wow, this is pretty good. Let me go watch it. And unfortunately, all the stuff you see in the trailer, that's about it. That's it. There's no suspense. There's no danger. we don't feel any type of a sense of danger for Jeff, because you would think, basically, I'm assuming that the message that William and the writers of this particular film, Josh Braun, was trying to show separation between Jenny and her father and her mother, especially when her mother passes away. I'm pretty sure that's what they were trying to convey here. But unfortunately, whatever they were trying to do, it doesn't work here. Another problem I have with this movie is the acting, because Rupert Friend, he just doesn't do enough for Jeff. Yes, he's a man-child. He's stuck in the past. He's a bit immature, but he does love his daughter, so I will give him credit for that. And he's willing to try to do anything he can to keep his daughter. I love Brian Cox in this film. He's about the only good thing acting-wise in this film. I love some of the back and forth he and Rupert have, because they both want the best, what's good for Jenny. But that's about it. There's no build emotion that you would suspect in this particular film. And again, because of that, because of the lack of danger, the lack of suspense, there's no atmosphere, we really don't sense anybody's going to die in this particular film. And I really don't know if it's Nick and Josh's script, or the acting, or both, but we simply don't care what happens to any of these characters in this particular film. I mean, not any so-called twist that occurs in the third act, which reveals what happened to Maggie. But I saw that coming a mile away. But it doesn't save this film, which is kind of a dull and non-frightening. I mean, it's just a very poor attempt here. So, what could have been a decent supernatural horror film based upon the premise turns out to be a boring and very flat horror movie for me. So, I'm going to give Separation 1 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Only 1. Yeah, it's not a good one. I mean, there's some great potential here. Like I said before, you have a great... If you're going to base your horror on a comic book series and some puppets, and the puppets do look creepy looking, then you have a good opportunity here, but they don't take advantage of it. I don't know if they were trying to play it safe or what they were trying to do, but that's what happens when you try to play it safe. So only 1 on my 1 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. So there you have it. That is my video and review of Separation. Hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and like and share, because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm here. Also, have you seen Separation? Please let me know in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about Separation. Did you enjoy it, or did you thought it was flat just like as I did? Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.